Alrighty, we back. We are back. All right. This one's going to take a little time to settle in. Oh, man. Not too many live today. Not too many. Not too many at all. We got 2 watching. Need some footage. Oh, my Lord. All right. All right. Yeah. I'm always going to wait like freaking 10, 20 minutes for people to actually hop in, which I find funny, but I should share screen, perhaps. I should share screen. Stormy B, man, be like water. He was just live, I'm sure. He was. Man, when is boxing going to come back? Getting sick of it now. I mean, the UFC is cool, but I don't know, man. Boxing is always going to be the top of the leaderboard, really. For me, anyway. Let's us see. Where are the trolls at? Where are the trolls at? So I had a bunch of trolls coming at me yesterday over, what was it? Wilder versus Fury 2. Wilder versus Fury 2. Hey, he's finally here. IBT. What's up? How you doing? I'm good. How are you? I'm gonna copy this bad boy. Put the sucker right here. No trolls here. I mean, maybe they'll turn up. Who knows? You know? Usually it's just to bait them in. A lot of them like to comment. To play the safe game. Well, it's not even the safe game, really. But yeah. Oh my lord. I'll try hop in a bit. I'm a little busy right now. Yeah, that's fine, man. That's fine. All right, I gotta share screen this. All right, maybe this will piss some people off. Who knows? Who knows? And I remember when everyone was shitting on this man when he was calling for Wild, and I said, make the fight. But then he did fight a final eliminator, and that was that. I knew where. Actually, I didn't know where he stood after that. I thought, he'd This picture is just so good. When was this one taken? The face you make when you call Ortiz a 1,000-year-old bum, then you're allowed to fight him. Man, it's not a good look. When you call someone out, just make sure you're consistent with it. That's with every weight. That's with every fighter. Because I tell you what, I don't know if this much, messing around happened back in the 90s or late 80s at least. Certainly not the 70s. I mean, the fights just got done. Can you see Dillian White on here? I'm sure you can see Dillian White. Let me know if right now the screen's yellow, because it went yellow when I went out of the what do you call it? The StreamYard thing. No, still no. I gotta drop my video soon on Dubois and Wilder. Man, that's a good fight. That Dubois is still too young. He will not win that. He will not win that unless he gets some monster punching. Unless he gets that monster punching. Oh man. IBT, screen's still yellow? I'm sure it's screen sharing. I'm sure. Man, I was just watching some old videos back of BFTB. Whew, that was fire. Man, that dude. But back in 2019 and 2018, but especially 2019, that dude was just doing debates every day or every second day. Definitely every week, that's for sure. All right, no one's. All right, I'm gonna stop the screen for a bit because no one's told me if this screen is yellow, so I just stopped screen sharing. Really. You know what's funny? I get more trolls on other people's comments, videos, comment section on their videos than my channel. The only ones I've got really. Oh my lord. The only ones I've got really are from the video on John Jones, the 3.8 million view one that got blocked. So yeah. All right. Maybe I'll screen share this one. Night mode. Night mode. I know you use StreamYard. Let me look at my settings and everything. Audio. Green screen. Man, you can film a freaking movie on this. Night mode. What about now? Hold on. Okay, not StreamYard. What about now? Can you see these two fighters? Is that yellow or not? I mean, as long as you can see the picture, really, I don't care. I didn't know Pull-Up was that small, though. I thought he was a little bit taller, but he's not. Oh, man, he's going to get smashed. He's going to get smashed. What about now, IBT? Can you see it? Oh, sorry. You still haven't commented on it. So they're thinking of doing this one in Croatia, which I think is a good idea. I think that's a good idea. All right, hold on a sec. IBT with the tech advice. Display settings on my PC. I mean, RF Boxing. Welcome back, RF Boxing. Welcome back. I didn't think I'd see you on the channel again. All right, let me check. I mean, I'm on a laptop, man. I'm not even on a PC. So, displays. What did night mode? Nightlight are you talking about? Ah. Wow, that makes a difference. Jeez. That's ridiculous, though. All right, I'm going to try it again. Hold on. Let me try this again. Brian Jennings. Yeah, that is his best win, man. And that's a good win. I mean, look at how he handled Jennings compared to Klitschko. I mean, come on. And people say Klitschko's the better win. Is it better? Because I went wisdom. Wisdom. Could you tell from your side the screen becoming brighter? No, I mean, yeah, because I fixed it. I mean, thanks for the advice now. That helps. I mean, it was in the settings. But you're right. I mean, yeah, it was like night mode or night light. It was night light. So yeah. There's a fight tomorrow as well, the UFC. Gotta watch that. I think the UFC, I don't know, man. For me, the boxing is just more entertaining. Just let those fists fly and none of this wrestling crap, whatever. There's only a few that I'm really truly invested in, you know. Watch, you said Jennings is a better win than Klitschko. Nope, I never said that, man. I never said that. I said Ortiz and Klitschko for Jennings. The way Ortiz beat Jennings was better than how Klitschko beat Jennings. Klitschko won a decision where he looked slow and a bit run down, and Ortiz just annihilated him and sent him to the uppercut realm. That's what I said. So maybe I wasn't clear on that. And of course, my neighbors are being noisy yet again. Damn neighbors. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to look at new videos uploaded. No, why would I say that? That wouldn't make no sense, IBT. Come on, dude. How can I say that when Jennings is freaking lost to Klitschko? Come on, man. Not a hell of a lot uploaded today on YouTube. Ring IQ boxing talk. Alright, I'm gonna check that out. Man, that channel is fucking ridiculous. I hope he's doing chores. Oh man, yeah, that well. Ring IQ is a good channel. Ring IQ can't debate with me. What is that guy, Hispanic or something? 3 hours he's been going for. Whoo! Battle Rifle's on that. Battle Rifle used to come to BFTB's channel. But yeah, Ring IQ is an idiot. And so is BDA. Thoughts on other fights? Oh yeah, man, I have thoughts on a lot. Ask IBT, ask whatever, man. It's not just about Wilder, even though you see me talk about him a lot. It's definitely not just about him. Definitely, never is just about him. Ask, man. Ask me. I'll mute for a bit. Just a sec. All right, we'll be back. Andrade, good fighter, smart boxer. I'd say he's the dark horse. You know, he's a champion. I think he would have beat Billy Joe. I think that's why Billy Joe cheated. You know, I think he cheated. You know, just a quick disclaimer. I'm more of a heavyweight. Like I talk about the heavyweights a lot, but I do like the lower weights. It's stuff like bantamweight and featherweight. Nah, fuck that. That's boring in my opinion. I respect them all, but flyweight, bantamweight, featherweight, nah. Unless it's like Josh Warrington or maybe Carl Frampton, no one else. Andrade's a good fighter, man. That guy's dangerous. You know my problem with him? He can't finish. Like he can't finish it. Can't finish a fight. Like he was up against that Irish dude in front of like 800 people, and I don't think he's in a rush to fight Jamal Charlo. But I think that those two match up well. But I think Andrade's a good boxer. He's a southpaw. You know, he's got good power. You know, for someone that doesn't really knock out everyone, he's got good power. Some real good power on him. And he's technically really sound. RF Boxing TV asks, who do you... AJC, welcome. Salute. Who do you think Mike Tyson should fight? Honestly, man, I don't think he should fight anyone. Is Mike, like, broke? You know? Like, has he got money? One thing he shouldn't do is fight like a footy player or like a rugby player. That's stupid. If I was to bring him back, let him do 3 rounds of bare knuckle fighting club against some guy. Not against Shannon Briggs. Or don't do it at all. Just train. It's getting boring, man. I'm not on that hype train now. How do you rate Charlo's? Funny thing about Billy Joe Saunders cheating is that the nasal spray. That's what you're talking about. Yeah, it isn't banned in the UK, but it is in the US. Well, I mean, he was fighting in the US, so you know. The Charlos, I love the Charlos. Those two are killers. Fury should fight Miller, both on top stank, I believe. I would like that fight. But they're two cheaters, man. Like, Miller, they're both taking performance enhancing drugs. They have. But, whatever. Mike wants to fight for charity. It's not for his own wealth. Bare knuckle was brutal damage. Just wants to raise money and be fit. Does he want to do charity? Well, there you go. If it's charity, good. Do like a amateur boxing event, but no headgear. Bear in mind that footage you've seen on social media, that is sped up. That shit is sped up. Okay? And I'm not talking like it's dramatically sped up, but it's sped up because you can tell by how the other person is moving as well. Their hand is like a freaking blur in the wind when they feed the pads and the mitts to Mike. It's ridiculous. I don't know why people are on it so much. Yeah, he looks good, but he's old. I'm not interested in that at all, to be honest. Mike Tyson, I mean, I don't even like Mike. I liked Mike when he was fighting earlier in his career. Mike Tyson versus John Fury. I heard John Fury, I saw his record. He didn't win too many fights, but he knows how to fight. He knows what he's doing in there. So yeah, I'll be back in a sec, guys. Put your questions down. All right, I'm back. P-boxing, what's up? Of course, I got freaking people making damn noise next door. Bloody hell. Piss the F off. Thoughts on Parker? I'll stay heavyweight since you prefer them, I guess. I like Parker, man. He's good. He needs to fight someone, though. I don't want to see him fighting, guys with like 25 wins and like 2 losses that haven't fought anyone. I don't like that shit, man. I don't like that shit. No, it's just fucking stupid, man. Just fight someone. Oh, man, all this shit with Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson is so dumb. I don't understand why people are getting on it. It's so stupid. Yeah, Parker's a good fighter. Parker's a very good fighter. I like Parker. I thought he really did beat White, but I can't say that because they counted that knockdown. That really was a headbutt. So, I don't know. Parker was lucky to get that fight because White was meant to fight Luis Ortiz, but he turned it down. It's funny how people miss that. You can perceive a duck, or there's a certain duck. I'm talking like Fanon now. Jeez. Bellator's live. Ooh, oh, it's a replay though. It's a re-air. It's funny. You put trolls in the freaking title, and they fuck right off, man. They don't want anything to do with the debate. They'll comment though. But that's cool. I don't really care. It's just funny. I think Parker is higher rated than Ortiz, so that's not a duck. In your opinion, okay. Now it's 9:40 in the morning. Yeah, but IBT, go look at Parker versus Kojanu and look at Ortiz versus Kojanu. Who would you perceive as more dangerous? Who do you think should fight next in YouTube boxing? KSI and Jake Paul? KSI is an idiot though, because see, that's why I wanted Joe Weller to win the first time, because he would have been smart and fought Jake Paul, because size-wise they're near the same. Styles make fights. We can't look at one performance. Yeah, I know that. But how can you struggle with Kajanu and then Ortiz knocks him out in 2 rounds? Go look it up. Go see. And it was in his hometown as well. IBT, you intangible as well. I don't know what you're talking about P-boxing, but whatever. I think KSI and Jake Paul are RF Boxing TV. You know? They promoted it, but wait for this virus crap to get over with. You know? Just wait for it. You know, make sure everyone's safe. But yeah, KSI called out Logan, so I don't know. Apparently we sound similar. I'm a different guy. He's cool though. Which guy? Intangible. Is intangible like the name of someone? Shut the hell up, neighbor. Bloody hell, it's cold. Oh my lord. I'm just begging for a fight. I want to see Dillian fight Povetkin like next week. Because Eddie's like, oh, you know, what do you say? He's like, oh, can I have them behind closed doors? I mean, can it? You know, like, I don't get it. Intangible Boxing is another channel. I'm a different guy. I've spoken to many times, but we're the same person. Yeah, you sound like a lot of people, IBT. You sound like that Hefe dude or whatever. I don't know what Intangible Boxing is. Let me check him out. Intangible Boxing. All right, let's see Intangible. Let's see Intangible. Everyone invites this El Jefe dude on. The first thing I see, Paulie Malignaggi is wrong. Paulie Malignaggi is wrong in every imaginable way. That guy's an idiot. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, now he's got my fucking attention. Intangible Boxing's got my fucking attention. Look, he put a video up. Tyson Fury annihilates Wilder. Wilder is a media creator champ. Jesus Christ. And then another video of it. I'm disappointed in Deontay Wilder. Fucking hell, where's this hate come from? I do not sound like Hefe, bro. You do a bit. A little bit. Just a little bit. Hefe says like LA Raider. I like that. That's good. That's good. Oh my lord. You know what fight was funny? Like just in terms of the press conference, Wilder and Brazil, where he was just in his face, and he's like, "I'm gonna beat your ass." Like that was funny. Michael Johnson boxing talk. There's been a lot of channels that have been around for a long time, and they don't need to grow too many subscribers. So it's about the viewership, yeah. You know, that's what it's about. I'm just looking at some comments on the other video. I thought you were talking about the actual LA Raider. Like, who's this guy, LA Raider? I like fights with background story. Fury Wilder didn't have that really. No, it did. Fury waited till Wilder looked a bit older. Not the second fight, the first fight. He's like, oh shit, Ortiz almost had him out there. Imagine me, 6'9" dude who's quicker, who puts combinations in quicker, who can hit him easier, which he ended up not, but so that's why he took the fight. No, I mean Wilder was calling him out in 2013 IBT. You know, I mean he went to his fucking home country and called him out. Meanwhile, Fury years later went to New York. He was pissed out of his brains on alcohol. He went into the ring and tried to call out Wilder. And Wilder just finished up knocking out Spilker, and he just got up in his face, and he's like, "I'll come to your backyard," like he already did. He came to Belfast and freaking promoted the fight. No, but Fury had no. Wilder picked him, but he picked him based on, "Hey, do you want the fight? Let's do a fair deal," because no one else really wanted it, and no one was really what do you call it? Ronald Finkley, my man. Yes, salute. Hold on. Everyone's commenting a bit too much now. I gotta keep up. Apparently they're looking to have Fury vs. Wilder 3 in China. That's pretty interesting. Just like they're wanting to have Joshua versus what do you call it? What was I saying? Damn, I forgot what I was saying. Joshua and Pulev in Croatia. Ronald Finkley's got that freaking skull profile pic. That's cool. I like that. I got a notification. Who's messaged me on here? All right. Let's see this dude. Yeah, I don't know who this LA Raider dude is. I don't know. The lineal and true world heavyweight title. Oh my god, this dude can't explain to me who the fucking lineal was. Ugh. Yeah, whatever. Some people dip in and out of here, which is fine. Just making the rounds. Yeah, it's good, Ronald. I found Ronald Finkley on BFTB. Most of the people actually, Mr. Shelton as well. I found him on BFTB. IBT had an experience with BFTB. I saw that. That was fucking hilarious. You don't know what you got yourself into. You don't know what you got yourself into. Oh, man. That's funny. That was funny. See, people underestimate him. They go in his channel and they try to debate him, and then they get screamed at. BFTB got so mad over one question, poor guy. One question got him in his emotions. I mean, I forgot. Explain, IBT. Just like, what question was it? I missed it. No, it was a while back. It was like a month ago or something. I saw Loz D earlier, P boxing. I saw Loz D as well. Oh, these are all the forum posts this guy's put up. Wow. Let me just look. Oh, Rick Glazer. Oh man, that guy's the biggest bullshit artist ever. Where's the link? What link? Loz D is my bro from the UK. Okay, IBT. IBT's written an essay here. I said, how does Fury TKing Wilder not make him a champ? He said, you have to defend your titles at least once to be a champ. That's literally not how the sport works. Beat the champ, you're the champ. Yes, he's a champ. But I quite understand why you wrote that. Send the link. Which link? The StreamYard link or the link for the video? That's when he started kicking and screaming and making a song. Oh, so this is what you said to BFTB. But me, even though I never followed him on the LDBC, I hate nobody. Oh well, that's him, yeah. That's BFTB. He'll get angry over that. All right, I'll send you a link. I'll put it in the chat. Where's my volume at? I don't even know if my freaking audio. Just hold on a sec. I'm just reading something on David Hay. Where are we at now? Oh, let me just read this and I'll put the link in the chat. BFTB said Fury was not the current champion. That now Wilder was still champ. I hate nobody or no groups, but that guy started assuming a lot of stuff. I mean, you got to think of it this way. He's not literally saying he isn't the champ, but he's saying, like, there's one more fight. Prove you're, like, I don't know, man, the superior champ. He's the champ. That's it. If BFTB wants to say that, you can say that. I don't mind. I really don't care. Thoughts on David Hay versus Tony Bellew 1? Oh, man. Oh, really? Where'd this dude's stuff go? Boxing scene. I don't know. David Haye had a bad ending to his career. Like a bad ending to the career. You know. Oh, Ronald's hopped in. Hold on a sec, bud. Hold on, Ronald. Before I let you in, I got to read another essay from IBT. But that doesn't make him correct just because he can say what he wants. That was my point. But his groupies just ate it up. Counterpunch boxing news groupies eat a lot of stuff up, and so does Hatman. You know? Like, I mean, Fury can say he won the first fight, but he didn't. Because 2 officials had him winning. Yeah? Alrighty. RF, you there?
Hello, yo, what up?
What up, man?
How you doing, Watcher? Yeah, I was just looking at the chat. I switched from the other screen. Yeah, I just wanted to chime in, man. You live in the UK, right?
I don't actually know.
Where you stay? If you don't mind me asking.
You can guess, man.
Oh yeah. That's the thing. I'm not familiar with the foreign people.
Well, just look in the chat. Hold on. That will give you your answer. Let me just check the. I appreciate you stopping by, man. Good to see you. I've seen you a lot.
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in on some different channels because we gotta like bridge the gap. You know what I mean? Because it's like all this back and forth is like kind of like starting to be monotonous. You know what I mean? Like we're just trying to make sure that we see certain fights happen so we can sit up there and speak our piece about like what we think will happen. But like if people don't actually communicate and see what's going on as far as why the fights are not happening or why the contracts are not being made over there, even though we got an idea why the contracts are not being made, because don't nobody want to do like joint promotion. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's the biggest part about like, why I try to like bridge the gap now, because it's starting to be like just dragged out, you know what I mean? And it's like coronavirus came. So now it's like, well, hey, let's just try to get to the bottom of it since ain't no fights going on, Don't you believe that?
Welcome, man.
You believe that?
Yo, what's good? What's good, guys, man? How you guys doing? What you saying, man? Ronald? What you saying, Watcher? How you doing? You alright, yeah?
Good, man. Ronald, I agree, man. I think that's correct.
How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, man. I'm just like, just watching these YouTube channels, man. Just trying to like, like you said, yeah, fix the bridge or something, in it. Try to get everyone united, but it's kind of hard work, man.
Yeah, it is. It's very hard work.
It's hard work because everyone has like got a team, like like that's why I'm not a team, but at the same time, like I fight for what's real and all that, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we read the posts, like we read like what the promoters say, but like I don't know exactly how you guys feel about what the promoters say. It's like, and like meaning Eddie Hearns or maybe Warren or maybe even Bob Arum to you guys over there. Just people like that's keeping these fights from happening. Like I'm not really sure about you guys' side or how you feel about like whose fault it is. You know what I mean? Or how you guys approach those promoters when talking about these fights.
Yeah, we can talk about that. I mean, P-Boxing, you want your say?
Yeah, I mean, I used to be like, obviously, I've been on YouTube like 8 months now. Before that, like, I just used to watch the channels, but now I'm starting to like get myself involved in all that. And before I didn't know nothing. I used to blame like, the Wildest team. Like I thought like they were like the ones that were blocking everything. Then I started realizing and looking into it deep, and then I realized like Eddie Hearn is to blame because he started coming with the A side and all that bullshit that we don't really need. And then I started realizing why the Wilder fight didn't happen because of Eddie Hearn. Because obviously, with all the belts, AJ had all the belts, but it doesn't matter. It's not about the belts in it. You know what I mean? It's about the fight. We want to see the big fight. And for some reason I kind of blame him for ruining it. So now Fury is in the picture because obviously Wilder had to fight somebody and Fury, stepped up. And it's kind of shame that AJ didn't do it. And I blame Eddie Hearn for it. But a lot of people are saying, no, look at this article, look at this, look how much offers, all of that sort of stuff. And everyone's just, like blaming the Wildest team, and that kind of pisses me off. Like, that's why I like to fight for what's right. And I think, honestly, it's all, I blame all the promoters, to be honest. I don't blame the fighters. I'm a realistic person, and I believe Deontay Wilder, he wants to fight. I believe AJ wants to fight, but with all the politics, the money, the A side, the B side, blah blah blah, all that bullshit. That's what gets on my nerve, man.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
A good take, man. Good take on it. I think, look, there's a lot of bad ones out there. The promoters lie. That's their job. So it actually means that you're doing their job properly. But there's most instances where you can't lie and then get caught out and continue to lie. Like Eddie Hearn's good at that. I don't trust Oscar De La Hoya. Bob Arum doesn't really make sense. Frank Warren, for me, I find him the most likable because I like his stable and I like how he can work with more people. I don't really see Eddie work with too many people, but like Ronald said before, Spence versus Crawford's a good example. Even though I don't follow those two as much, they can do a joint pay-per-view. If two of the most popular heavyweights, or at least the top, out of the top three, the two most popular heavyweights can do a PBC and Top Rank pay-per-view together, that almost does like 1 million buys. I'm sure Spence and Crawford, who are not as big names really, they can do that too. So there's a lot, I've got all the facts on why the fights didn't happen. It's simply just the promoters playing games and the management playing games,
Yep, I really think it's about Bob Arum not wanting to let that strap go because he has a UK crowd, I believe. Like, he can make that fight and he can make money over there because Wilder did good numbers over there. So I'm pretty sure that Crawford entices a lot of people to want to buy a pay-per-view over there and also here. That's just my opinion. You see what I'm saying? For that type of a fight. So it wouldn't do 1 million, but you never know. It depends on how much they hype it up,
Yep. They need that promotion. They need, just put all the promotion together because PBC, they put on good events. Top Rank, they put on good events. I'm not saying all the time, but just, visually, it looks really appealing to the casuals as well.
Exactly. And it's free TV over here. I don't know if it's free TV over there, but ain't nothing free here. I tell people that all the time, because if you got cable, it ain't free, but it's free in a sense. You see what I'm saying? America just has more I guess you would say outlets. Whereas though I don't feel like it's free if you pay for cable. But like you said, the presentation is great. And and I'm pretty sure that they can market that, even in the UK and here. But I just feel like they both need to have a tune-up before they actually fight. Well, not a tune-up. They have to have one fight. Crawford really has to prove himself. He has fans here. He has a lot of fans here. We just hate him. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. We just hate him, yo. I'm a T-Bud fan, but he just really let me down when he didn't fight certain people.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
I look at
a great showing. Of course, I'm gonna support him if I feel like he had a great showing against somebody relevant. That we want him to fight. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like a
rebuild
Jeff
the
Horn.
trust. Rebuild the trust.
Yeah, like a Jeff Horn for me. That's not, and he's from my country, but
okay,
that's not really an elite win. And then he fought that Mexican dude, and then he fought Amir Khan, and then he fought that Velasquez and got dropped. They didn't count it, but he got dropped. He got hit with a freaking counter, and he hit the floor hard. I don't know what Crawford's thing is. He's a funny dude. I like Crawford, but his fan base saying that Spencer's avoiding him, that's simply not true. Spencer's a unified welterweight with two of the more recognized belts. So There's no two ways about it.
Yep. Well, I just wanted to hop on and, like, you know, I don't want to take up your whole show. Just wanted to show you respect, watcher. I watch you. I see you all the time. I see when you post things, and, you know, like I said, I'm just trying to bridge the gap as far as like coming on different platforms and kind of like, you know, instead of people just looking at.
That's fine, dude. That's fine. Thank
Yeah.
you, man. You're not taking up any time. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Look, basically, like, you know, the fight between Errol Spence against obviously Terence Crawford. Like, I think Spence is already a big name because he fought like in the UK. Yeah, Bad fought in Scotland, but that's not really England. Like, when you say the UK, like, I live in the UK, but England is the biggest country in the UK. Scotland is kind of a small place. So he needs to promote his name like in England, you know? That's where the money is coming from.
I
So
think that love
and
him
Bob,
over too.
the problem with Bob is, Bob Arum basically, I don't think he has the best interest for Bud because, like, you know, he's not even his, you know, first choice, second choice, not even third. Like, Bud is basically his fourth choice. So I'm thinking, like, why is he still with Bob? Like, why don't he just join the BBC or even the Matchroom? Like, because he's not really getting noticed the way, you know, he deserves. He's supposed to be like, he's supposed to be bigger than what he is. You know what I mean? But for some reason, I don't know, man. Bob Arum, you know, I don't think he's got his best interest. He's not giving him the best fights. So that's why that fight is going to struggle because of obviously Bud. But as far as obviously Errol is already a big name. But thing is, though, he wants 50-50, isn't it, Ronald? He wants 50-50, isn't it? Or, you know, to fight him. Is that what he wants, yeah?
Well, yeah, that's what he wants. But like, we've already seen how Earl actually packs stadiums. Like, this is like goes back to the Ocampo fight, was when Earl started like really having his presence. Like, we actually watched all of the Instagram videos. Like, the stadiums was packed. Like, people were even though the fight didn't last long with Ocampo, but that's when he started building this like real fan base. Like, he just has more fans than Terence Crawford does. Like, as far as like going to the fights, and also Danny Garcia has more fans than him. Like, actually going to the fights. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what Terence Crawford don't get. Yeah, Bob giving you $3 million, but you don't have a fan base that will actually come out and support you to make the fight even bigger. Like, Gates is what's important. And, you know, and that's where the fans come in at. We like Gates, you know what I mean? Like, for the people to show up for the fight.
Yeah, it's not about the belt. Nowadays, it's not even about the belt. It's about the name. And you can have whatever belt you want. Like, but the thing is not about the belt. It's about your name. And I think his name hasn't been built. Like, okay, Amir Khan is a big name, but for me, that fight should have been in the UK. That way, they would have built his name even bigger. You see what I'm saying? Because Errol Spence already, he's a big name in the UK. People know him because he fought Kell Brook. You know, Kell Brook, you know, he's really well known in England, the UK. So I think, you know, he needs to fight in the UK. You know, one fight, build your name, and then. And I don't know if Errol needs to tune up. You know, I don't know what his condition is. I've seen him on Instagram. He seemed to be fine. I don't know, man. It's tricky, man.
Yeah, but who would see Bud fight in the UK? Like, the division, like, I've never really heard of too many 147-pound fighters in the UK. I really haven't. I'm gonna be honest.
Maybe two Americans. Maybe two Americans. Why not? Why not fight like someone else, like Sean Porter in America? Sean Porter is known as well.
Yeah, because y'all love boxing. You got a point there. Because y'all and I like Taylor. I like Taylor a lot. Josh Taylor. I like him a lot.
Yeah, that fight, they could make it in the UK. Sean and Terence, they can make that in the UK. Maybe it could be like, you know, Matchroom and BBC can come together, and they work together already anyway, you know, loads of times. So why not work together, promote the fight in the UK, make the fight in the UK, you know. The O2 Arena, that's one of the most iconic stadium in the UK, the O2. Most people think, you know, it's Wembley, but Wembley is a football soccer stadium. But like, if you build that fight in the O2, a lot of people are gonna turn up. You know what I mean? They're gonna sing all that song like Sweet Caroline and all that shit. But you know, they're gonna build that name, man, and people are gonna be talking about, you know, all that, you know, Bad is really good. You know what I mean? They're gonna be singing his name and all that. So
yeah,
that way, you know, with the Errol Spence fight, that could be massive. Why not even make that fight in the UK? Why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Clarissa Shield said she wanted to come out to Sweet Carolina. You believe that?
That's
So
what
see,
it's like.
that's what
Even
we
in
don't
America,
know
they've done
about
it.
the UK.
Even the Wilder against Fury, the second fight. The Sweet Carolina song, was played. It was a massive atmosphere. It felt like a UK a UK promotion. You know, why not
Yeah.
just why not fight in the UK, man? Because the UK is a nice country. It's safe. It's a nice country. Everyone is nice. So I don't know what it's like in America. Like I know you guys are dealing with racism and that guy that got killed recently, man. God bless his soul. Like we don't really deal with that stuff, man. We don't deal with that stuff at all. Not nowadays anyway. We used to deal with it back in the day, but the UK, it's for everyone. It's for everyone, man. Doesn't matter what color you are.
What's your name?
Oh, my name, yeah, P Boxing.
Oh, that's P Boxing. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, you cool. You cool, P Boxing. Yeah, I
you know
see
what I
you
mean.
everywhere, bro. I
Just
see
a
you
sec.
everywhere.
Just a sec.
Yeah,
I'm just going to address a comment. IBT said the belts are all recognized. That's not true. This idea that WBO is a little bit less is deluded, in my opinion. Yeah, in your opinion. But in the opinion of the experts' opinions, which does matter, the WBO is not as recognized as like the WBA or the IBF or the WBC. The WBC is the most recognized, and this is where the whole A side B side thing between Spencer and Crawford is like it really ends there. Like there's no point going on about gates and ticket sales and pay-per-views and everything, right? Spence holds the two best ones, right? And Crawford's got the one that matters the least, and fucking Pacquiao's probably WBO one is more recognized than WBO. That's how it
And to
works.
watch it, can I add to that? Because that's the thing. Like all of the best fights have happened when the WBC belt was involved. Those are the memorable fights that we remember. Like Danny Garcia, even after his last fight, even though he don't own it no more, it showed like, or he never owned it, I don't think. But you know what I'm saying? Like he fought Keith Thurman. Like that belt just has more like legendary fights involved with it. The WBO is just more like like Pat gave it up. You see what I'm saying? Because Bob Arum took him through the ringer to me. You see what I'm saying? And then Bud obtained it. Yeah, he obtained it. But like he fought Jeff Horn. It was a good fight, a dominating fight. But then he hasn't done anything since then to make that belt relevant. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, some big fights that were going to happen with the WBC didn't happen. But you're right. I mean, great example is Wilder versus Fury. Everyone wants a WBC. But
Yeah,
everyone wants a world title.
A lot of legendary fights that we remember. At least I remember, because I'm American. But like for instance, like people don't think that we have the most belts. I feel like we have the most title holders. Like yeah, Fury got the belt, and I congratulate him. But we got to defend it now. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say as well. Like with that belt, and when BFTV said, Fury is not technically the champion, he doesn't mean like, he's not the champion. It means he needs to defend it. And with this step aside stuff, I don't agree with that, man. Because when AJ lost against Ruiz, people didn't say, oh yeah, AJ needs to step aside. You know what I mean? So you have to call it fair. There's a contract there. Wilder, obviously, he signed that contract. He deserves it. He was the champion. So you have to give the champion or the ex-champion the chance to get his belt back.
Yeah, and that's what makes you a champion after that. You're not a champion because you won the belt.
He never defended no belt, did he? Like even when he beat Klitschko, I'm talking about Fury now. When he beat Klitschko, he went wild and he disappeared. This guy, he's never defended. You know what I mean? And now with all this story that he hasn't got no license in the UK, it's gonna be crazy because the undisputed. Obviously, we won undisputed in the UK.
Yeah,
and that was what it was all about in the beginning. That's why they always wanted Wilder against AJ in the UK. And now that if that fight happens between AJ and Fury, let's say if Wilder says, okay, I want to step aside, then that fight ain't gonna happen in the UK anyway. It's gonna happen outside the UK. It's gonna happen in America or in one of the Arab countries. So it's pointless to us. We don't care. I mean, we want to see undisputed here. But I'd say about my moral thinking, when I think about it, I think it doesn't sit right with me, man. You know, Fury needs to fight Wilder first. Then I want to see the winner against AJ. You know what I mean? Morally, it doesn't start with me. You know, if it's step aside and, you know what I mean? Like, that means this guy never defended a title. You know what I mean? How can you call him a great when he has never defended a title? Wilder's defended, what, 10 consecutive title defenses? You know what I mean?
Correct.
AJ had some defenses. Doesn't matter who they fought. You know what I mean? People always call their resume. You know, they want to talk about people's resume. I mean, resume can only get you so far, you know? Star makes fight. So, yeah, defend your title against the champ. You know, let's see if you are the real champ. Obviously, there's so much stories going around with the gloves and all that. I'm not going to go into it. But at the same time, obviously, you know, Fury, you know, he needs to do the work first, man, before, you know, he start talking about fighting AJ, man.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing. Like, these gloves will be watched carefully from now on. Not saying that like we over that part. At least I'm over that part. But the fact is that like we felt like something went wrong, and I really blame it on the coronavirus. You know, because there was a lot of athletes that came from overseas early in December, and I'm not saying that's what it is, but like I just didn't feel like Wilder was strong as he should have been. That's just my opinion. Not trying to like shit on nobody or it's called glove gate or nothing. Like, it was something totally wrong with that fight. But the third fight proves everything to me.
Yeah, I mean, Wilder, obviously I'm an AJ fan, but I like Wilder too. And I think Wilder, that fight, he wasn't himself. You could clearly see, I watched Wilder's fight loads of times. Wilder's more active. He's more aware. In that second fight, you know, that wasn't a Wilder for me. Like, he wasn't moving right. He didn't look himself. Even prior to that, like before the fight happened, like a couple of hours before that, he was lying down on his wife's laps. You know, he looked like you know, something was wrong with him. And obviously, he can't back out and say, "Look, I can't fight." Even if something's wrong with him, he can't say that because you know, there's money involved. You know, the TV, everything, the pressure. You know, there's something that we don't know. And obviously, Wilder said that, you know, he'll talk. He said, but I don't know, man. I just want to see what he's got to say. I hope he says, you know, he tells everything, you know. But the thing is, you got people say, like, you know, he's making excuses. It's not excuses, man. If something's wrong with you, you can say it. But nowadays, we've got people say, like, oh, yeah, it's excuses. When AJ lost, you know, we knew what the problem was. The guy had a panic attack. You know, we knew that. You know what I mean? There's no shame, you know what I mean, in saying that. But you got people saying, like, oh, you know what I mean, like, oh, the guy's making excuses. Yeah, if the man says whatever he says, it is what it is. It's not excuses, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
No question. Like, because, you know, he didn't really make excuses. They just have him under a microscope. That's how you know he made it, because he just kind of said things here and there, but not like totally alluding to like he's like thinking that that something was wrong with his own self or the suit was too heavy. But it just got out there like that because he's under a microscope. But that's how it is when you made it. You know, like, we watched him for 10 fights, and then here come the biggest fight of his life, and then he basically didn't like, you know, it was a fight. Put it like this, he didn't quit. That's what I love about it. Like, he went down like a warrior. You see what I'm saying? Like, they had to stop the fight. So I get that part. Like, even though he was losing, but he's always losing when it comes to Fury, you know, in a sense, you know.
No, I mean, Wilder is known, you know, he's not a boxer. Wilder is a fighter. That's what he's known for. Everyone knows Wilder doesn't box. You know, he'll kill you with that right hand, and that's what he's known for. You know, we don't expect Wilder to win, like, you know, 10 rounds of boxing, but we know that he's, you know, he's got this right hand that he can finish you. And also, he's got a nice jab as well. I believe, actually, Wilder got one of the best jabs, his left jab. I think he needs to use that more often. But I think he was maybe, you know, maybe he underestimated the Fury. He thought, look, I can get him with one right and that's it, game over. At the same time, obviously, Fury, you know, he came, he was nearly 300 pounds. And he used his weight. We know he headlocked him. He fought dirty. And at the same time, I think this third fight is going to be really interesting because, you know, obviously the gloves are going to be watched carefully. And all the cameras are going to be watched carefully because, you know, the camera, I heard that one of the cameras got turned off in a locker room. So there's going to be a lot going to be watched. And even if Wilder knows something, I don't think he might not say something because then the fight could be jeopardized. You know what I mean? Fury can go on and say, oh, I'm getting accused and all that. Fuck this, I'm going to retire. You know what I mean? So I understand why Wilder didn't say nothing, you know? So this third fight, man, it's gonna be exciting, and I hope this step aside thing needs to go away. I hope Wilder doesn't take it, because it's up to him. I don't think it's up to Pulev. Pulev is a sort of guy, he can be pot. All you need to
Yeah, I
give him is a
guess.
couple of million, and he'll say okay, because he doesn't want to fight AJ. Let's face it, Pulev never wanted to fight AJ, so
Yeah.
it's up to Wilder. You know what I mean? If Wilder says, I'm gonna take a step aside, I hope not though, because it doesn't sit right with me morally. I don't feel right about that for him to step aside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be worse than the coronavirus if Wilder decided at the last minute to step aside, because like you said, he's contractually in, and there's probably going to be never another chance if he get that belt back. I mean, like November just seems like the great time, or October when they fight, because this is like really a blessing in disguise in a lot of ways. Like minus like the corona, but like he's got a lot more time to really like. I hope he's training. I really do. I haven't seen no footage or heard anything about him, but I hope he's like really working on his A game.
He said that he had a surgery on his last interview with the BBC podcast. He said that he had a surgery on his left. Is it left? I forgot now. What was it? One of his muscles. Bicep. Yeah. He had a surgery on his bicep. So yeah, this corona is doing him really well. Like he can rest, and it looks like if the fight is going to happen in America, it probably won't happen until, like you said, October, November, which is perfect for Wilder. So Wilder, kind of, it kind of worked in his favor, really, with this coronavirus. Because initially they were going to do the fight like July. That would have been way too early. Because you have to remember, he fought Ortiz in November. Then straight away, there was no rest. He had to go in camp to fight, to train for Fury.
Brazil.
And Brazil.
No, I think he fight for Brazil too the same year. I think. Right?
Yeah, Brazil was in May, late May, like basically like just before a week before AJ fought. So the guy is tired, man. Like, come on, man. You can only fight so much at the same time. Remember, father time catches up with you as well. He's 34 years old, and sometimes you need a rest. Like, what I mean? He fought like in less than a year, 3 fights. I don't see AJ doing that. You know what I mean? So I think that fight with the Ortiz fight, man, it was. I think that was a big mistake as well for him to take that fight, because that took a lot out of him as well. Because it's not even about the fight; it's about the training camp. That takes a lot out of you. So I just hope, like he doesn't overtrain, because sometimes when you overtrain, you could get yourself tired. So just take it easy. I think he knows what he has to do, and I really hope he wins, because I want to see AJ against Wilder. That's my wish, man.
I mean, if Eddie actually puts up a legit offer and doesn't fuck around with like the term sheets and like changing shit in the contract, then yeah, maybe we'll get a fight if Wilder wins, because it could have happened already, man. It could have happened, like it just could have. Let me just read some of the comments.
AJ, I mean, not AJ, and Hearn already, like, he's under pressure. Sky is basically putting him a lot under pressure, and Sky wasn't happy when they heard the Fury Wilder. They wanted AJ Wilder. So
yeah, because they missed out. They missed out on the biggest fight. Fury came in after getting 2 tune-ups, and they fought on Showtime, and they fought on PBC on Showtime, and they fought on BT Sport, and that was the biggest fight of the year. It really sucked for AJ. It really sucked. I mean, Povetkin, right? And then, Miller, like, this is after December 1st, 2018. You're fighting Miller, he fails, AJ loses. That's why it was always 50-50, because Wilder gets more fighting Fury in Vegas in 2018. He gets over 20 million for that, or maybe a little less. But yeah, like the whole fucking negotiation thing, that's the thing. Eddie, for me, it's Eddie. That's the roadblock.
My worst fear actually came true. Like I always thought, like, AJ is gonna lose against somebody that we don't know, and Wilder's gonna lose against somebody that we don't know. Obviously, we knew Fury, but the way it all happened, I kind of had a feeling like, these two are gonna lose before they fight against each other, and that happened because this is boxing at the end of the day. It's not like a real fight. This is boxing. It's not like 2 men fight each other outside on the street. It's boxing. You could lose. You know what I mean? and it's not a bad thing that they both lost. Now that they can make that fight happen now, so this undefeated stuff can go out of the way. Because really and truly, like Mayweather, started all this stuff, and that kind of ruined the sport. This undefeated. Look at what's happening to Spence and Bud. Like basically, like, oh, they're both undefeated. This to start. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't care about who's undefeated. We just want to see them fight, the best fight. You know what I mean? Just fight, man. Get it cracking. You know what I mean?
Yep, true. Because Fury has an undefeated record, but like, I think about it like this: like, he hasn't been consistent, so his undefeated record doesn't hold up to like legendary status for me. You know what I mean? Like, you got to like really put in work. And like, yeah, Wilder might have fought like a bunch of bums early on, but at the same token, he's really like stepped up. Like, you can't like knock somebody defending 10 times. Ain't no way in the possible you can knock that.
And plus, at the same time, Fury should have lost anyway against Walling through technicality, because he that eye was open so big that really and truly the doctor should have said, look, the fight is finished. You know what I mean? So he got a lot of help in that fight. So when you look at Fury, like, he could have fought Dillian White. Obviously, I don't think a lot about Dillian White, but at the same time, Dillian White is a lot better than, Otto Walling and Tom Schwarz. So, why did he not fight Dillian White? Because they were supposed to fight for that title, that fake WBC belt. I forgot the name now.
Oh, the Mayan belt.
The Maya, yeah, the Maya belt. Yeah, they were supposed to fight for that belt, and I think Fury said, yeah, let's do it, and then Dillian White said, let's do it, and then suddenly, like, Fury just changed his mind, because Fury is one of those people you can't trust him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't trust him.
Dillian White was over here, yo. He was over here, like, he was looking for a contract, then he changed his mind, like you said. Like, it must have been because of that. Like, he was thinking, like, that's too much of a big step up for me, in a sense.
Dillian White is one of those people, like, he made his name, like, he's actually a pay-per-view fighter in the UK. I don't know how he did it, but for some reason his fights are actually pay-per-view. Like, we have to pay like, 20 pounds, which is like about $30. Like, I don't know how, but Dillian White, he don't even fight the best. He's fighting the likes of Lucas Brown, Marius Wack, Oscar Rivas. Obviously, Oscar Rivas is a good fighter, but he's not a proven fighter. You see what I'm saying? So Dillian White, he's saying, he wants it all. He wants to fight everyone. But at the same time, he had a lot of chance to fight Wilder. But he's making out that Wilder is the one that's stuck in him. But the reality is, when I look at it, with my own eyes, forget about listening to other people, it's Dillian White that's been ducking, because he had so much chance. He could have fought Brazil. You know what I mean? He could have fought Luis Ortiz on the undercard. Fury, Fury Wilder the first fight. So Dillian White had lots of chances, and now he's just saying like, oh, 800 days, 200 days, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that guy. He needs to, and plus he ducked AJ as well. Like, he should have fought AJ before he fought the fight with Ruiz. Before that happened, I think Dillian White had the offer, and then Dillian White was like, nah, I'm not taking 4 million. I'm not having it. You know what I mean? So
people wonder why we hate Dillian White. It's because Eddie Hearn put him like on a contract to fight Wilder, and then he turned it. Well, then they didn't put AJ name on the contract. Like, I remember that, like, from like day one, like 3 years ago. Like, Dillian White was used. Like, he was really used, and he's really not stepping away from what he's supposed. It's kind of like T Bud in a sense, but T Bud is not as vocal as Dillian White, and that's what I think people get frustrated with Dillian White over here, is because we've seen him box AJ. Yeah, he's a good fighter, but he's not solid when it comes to actually fighting the ones that he should fight to get out of that hole underneath the umbrella thing with Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn is not going to let him fight the people that Dillian White should fight, since AJ is the measuring stick to me,
Yeah, I mean, Dillian White, he's not even like, he is basically the second string to AJ. He is basically underneath AJ. So you see, like, when you look at Sky Sports, that's like the biggest company in the UK. You know what I mean? So he doesn't even have a contract, Dillian White, with Matchroom. He fights like fight by fight basis. So with Anthony Joshua, he's got like I think he's got like 5-year contract. Like, he gets like contracts. And Dillian White, it's just like fight by fight basis. So Dillian White, he could easily go to the BBC and fight for Al Heyman. He could fight for Top Rank. He could fight for The Zone. He could fight for anyone. He's not like restricted, but for some reason he keeps going back to Eddie Hearn. I know the money is good and all that, but at the same time, you know, if you want to build your name, I think he's just going after the money. And you know what? He's getting a lot of money through the pay-per-view, but at the same time, you know, he's always going to be underneath AJ because he's not doing his own thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, look, man. He fought Hellenius and he was ranked 16 in WBC. Right, before that he fought Chisora, who was number 14. And then he fought Brown, who was number 13. And then the step up was with Parker, who was number 6. And then he fought Chisora again, who was number 7. And then he fought Rivas, who was 10. Right, and I really rate Rivas. I think he could be the dark horse in the division. I know he lost to White, but you know, that's an opinion. I don't mind seeing White in PBC versus Wilder or Hellenius Konaki. White is fight by fight on his own accord. Barely fought with her in every fight, even though he was also because he has trust and loyalty. All right, well, I don't look disclaimer. I don't hate Dillian, but I mean, I'm disappointed in his actions and the way he just lies all the time. You know.
Yeah, him and Miller are like the same two peas of the same pod.
Yeah, they're very similar. Like,
very
similar. Yeah, they're both the same. Him and like, especially like, I don't know how Big Baby Miller. You know how did he do that, man? How? Why juice up when you're about to get like 8 million or whatever, and he could have beaten AJ, and he would have, you know, he would have had the money that Ruiz is enjoying now. You know, I'm just so shocked about Miller. Like he could have so much money, but he just absolutely messed himself up. Imagine him beating AJ. Like Miller's name, like would have been so huge, but instead he wasn't confident enough. He had to juice up, man. Unbelievable, man. That guy disappointed me a lot, man. Like I was really looking forward to that fight. He kind of messed up everything, man.
IBT says he don't mind seeing White in a PBC fight with Wilder or Helenius or Kawanaki. Kawanaki is food, yo. Anybody can beat Kawanaki, I believe.
I can't believe he pulled out Wilder after.
Yo, he's definitely food. He is, man. That guy that beat him, the Viking, like I even forgot his name now. Like the Viking from Finland. What's his name, man? What's his name? Helenius. Yeah. How can Helenius knock you out? Like and still, that guy. I mean, Kolnaki, I never thought he was a good fighter in the first place. I think he was hyped up. Yep. And when you look at the way he looks like, you could see like he's not a good fighter. Helenius absolutely exposed him. But at the same time, I think PBC, they still got good fighters. They got like Sanchez. I don't know if you know. Do you know Frank Sanchez? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronald, you know him?
Yeah. What's his name
Sanchez.
again? What's his name?
Frank Sanchez. He's from Colombia. Is he from Colombia or Cuban? He's Cuban.
No, I'm gonna look him up. What's his name again?
Frank Sanchez. He fought the last undercard when F.A. Ajakba fought.
Oh, okay. I think I saw him before. Is he tall, light skinned guy?
No, he's dark skinned. He's tall, but a dark skinned guy. But he's supposed to be the next, or it's like the next Ortiz. Like like he's supposed to be 27, but people say like he's older than 27. He looks older, apparently. That's what they say.
I'm gonna watch him tonight. I gotta check him out.
He's supposed to be good. Yeah, he's calling everyone out. He's saying he could be AJ. He could be Ajagba. Ajagba is another guy. Like he's from Africa, Nigeria, but like at the same time he's fighting for America. So Ajagba, I don't know. You probably know Ajagba, F.A. Ajagba. A lot of people don't rate him. They think like Ajagba is not that good, but I actually rate Ajagba. I'm a big fan of Ajagba. I think Ajagba he's dangerous.
He got heavy hands. He got real heavy hands.
Yeah, and long arms as well. He's got like his reach, like it's like the same reach as like Fury. Like imagine those type of hands coming at you from far distant.
Yeah,
that guy is gonna do damage. He's gonna do damage in the heavyweight division, man. But I don't know if they're gonna.
What do you guys think of this Wilder Dubois talk?
Oh man, that's just too early. That's just way too early.
Way too early. Dubois, I like Dubois again. That's another fighter, obviously from England. But at the same time, Dubois, I mean, I don't think they're ever gonna fight.
They're never gonna fight. I'm gonna cut you off for a minute. All Wilder got to do is find something he don't like about Dubois, and that's gonna set the whole tone of the fight. It would be bananas, yo. If he find out something that Dubois say, that's gonna be the energy right there. I think it'll be a quick knockout early.
Yeah, I think so as well. It's gonna be a quick knockout. It's gonna be because Dubois is not ready. He's only 22 years old. If Wilder fights him and he knocks him out, like, people are not gonna give credit to Wilder. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, well, he was a kid, like, you know, he's too young. You know, you had him early. So that talk, like, you know, Dubois, like, he needs to stop talking because, you know, I believe a lot of people in America like him, and he's gonna start losing fans, like, you know, if if he keeps talking the way he's talking.
Yeah, I like Dubois. Like, he got knocked down, I think his last fight, didn't he? He got knocked down by that.
No, Dubois. Dubois hasn't been knocked out yet. He's still undefeated.
No, I'm saying knocked down. I think he got knocked down, or he let off the gas on somebody, didn't he? And then the dude like clipped him or something. I'm not sure.
No. That wasn't Dubois. That was F.A. Ajagba. That was F.A. Ajagba against Galatse. Yeah, F.A. Ajagba. He got knocked down badly, but he got up and you know, he nearly killed the guy after he got up.
Oh yeah.
But Dubois is a good fighter. Dubois. I mean, Wilder's 6'7". Dubois is only 6'5", but he looks like he's about 6'3" when he fights. He doesn't really fight tall, so Wilder's just gonna get the right hand and just gonna get him out there. Like, he's nowhere near ready. Like, you know, he's still a kid. Like, he needs to fight. He needs to prove himself. He needs to fight the likes of Hrgovic, Tony Yoka. Like, there's a lot of heavyweights out there like that are like prospects. He needs to fight all of them.
Is that a fantasy matchup you put on the screen there?
Oh yeah, like, man. I edited that, man. I
see. I'm like, oh shit, like that was cool. Face to face, that was cool.
Look, I got nothing wrong. Look, Dubois is number 7 in the WBC. Okay, he's moved up pretty quick, but he needs more time. You know what? If Wilder wins the trilogy, okay, try Anthony, okay. But I don't think Eddie will want it. He'll use the Usyk mandatory as an excuse.
No. That fight's going to happen. The AJ against Wilder is going to happen immediately. If Wilder wins, whoever wins that fight, it's going to happen because they can't wait no more. Sky, you know, Eddie is in a lot of trouble with Sky. Like, Sky can easily get rid of him because Frank Warren, he used to be with Sky. Now he's with the second string TV with BT. BT is not that big compared to Sky Sports. Sky Sports is huge.
BT is still good. I like BT.
Yeah, but BT is not. Sky Sports is the massive company. Like, they work with everyone. Like, they work with BBC. They work with Top Rank. Like, they're huge. Like if you come to the UK, like, Sky Sports, like, is massive. It's a massive company.
You can't say it's not a money fight worldwide. You can't say that no more. So I get what you're saying, P Boxing.
No, it's a money fight worldwide. Because if he beats Fury in a devastating fashion with the right hand, it's gonna be like, oh, you know what? There was something wrong with Wilder, and then people gonna be they're gonna be talking about it now. Like, basically, like, not a lot of people are talking about Fury, AJ. Like, that fight is not attractive. Like, it's not really what get your like, it doesn't get excite you. Like, it doesn't excite me at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I used to hear about Wilder, AJ, like, you know what I mean? Like, I used to get hyped up, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, when we're gonna see the fight? Like, I don't even want to see AJ like Fury. Like, it's not really like attractive to me. But obviously, I'm gonna watch it. But it's not gonna be with the same energy. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, AJ got an easy role right now. Like, him getting past Pulov is just him staying away from Pulov and just pot shotting him and boxing him. Personally, like, to me, I don't think Pulov even got enough nerve to wrap AJ up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even see that like being like competitive in a sense. Like, you know, that's just my opinion.
Pulev's got a strong right hand. He's got a strong right hand, but at the same time, before he uses his right hand, Pulev normally uses his left jab. So, you know, by the time he uses that, you know, the left jab, you know, he's already on the floor. So Pulev, you know, he doesn't use his right hand straight away. So at the same time, like, I don't know how brave he is. At the same time, like, he's not. When I see his energy, like, he looks like he's scared. Like, you know, I don't have no confidence in him. Like, even giving him a strong fight. Like, I think it's gonna be an early night for AJ. unless Pulev, he needs to be brave. He needs to, I don't know, he needs to fix himself up. But I don't have no hope for that fight to be a good fight. To be fair, like I think that's gonna be an easy night fight. Pulev
Are
ain't
they
gonna. I don't think Pulev gonna bring no game.
are they fighting in the UK?
They're talking about fighting somewhere in Europe, like Croatia. I don't know if you heard that. Like that's in East Europe. Like uh, I don't know if they get it because obviously the UK was still dealing with the coronavirus and all that sort of stuff. So you know, they're saying that we're gonna have some fights in June, but it's gonna be behind closed doors. But the fight is scheduled to happen in July, but it's not gonna happen in July as we know because July is only what less than 2 months away. So I don't have no hope of that fight happening in July. Maybe we're looking at like August, September, maybe even October.
Well, let's pray.
Um,
Let's hope so, because I want to see them get back to action like soon.
yeah. I want to see them fight, man. At the moment, like I want to see every fight, man. I want to, I watched UFC the other day. Like UFC, like I don't really like UFC, but I had to watch it. Like I mean, just to see some sort of combat fighting. But like, yeah, boxing. I miss boxing, man. Like especially the heavyweight, man. I really miss the boxing, man, because like the year is going so fast without no boxing. Like it's a shame, man, with this coronavirus. But like, what's America saying? Is it still like pandemic? Like, whereabouts in America are you anyway?
Oh, I'm in East Coast. I'm on the East Coast. Actually, they just made me go back to work tomorrow. I gotta go back to work tomorrow. I was trying to just sit this shit out, like because you know how when you have a family, you just try not to bring shit home. Like I was going out for a while, like coming in the house and I was taking everything off, taking a shower, and then coming in and dealing with my family, lights all everywhere. But then that shit just started getting played out, so I just stayed home like they told us to. Like now they making us go back to work, so I gotta go back to work tomorrow. So it's getting better over here. I live in a state where the pandemic is not as bad. I don't live in like a big city. I live in like the mountains. You see what I'm saying? So you're not around a lot of people anyway where I'm at. You see what I'm saying? Like unless you want to be around a lot of people. You see what I'm saying? So it's not as bad here. But we had like casualties. I think like 20 people died, but like there was like 100 cases in my area, like of actually somebody having it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, New
Yeah,
York is
it's,
bad at the moment. New York got like about. I heard that New York got like over like 30,000 deaths in New
Yeah,
York
it's a
alone.
big city. Yeah, they going crazy in New York. Like a lot of people died. Yeah, a lot of people passed over there.
man,
Like,
it's really bad. I mean, look, it like came out of nowhere, you know, like
yeah,
it
yeah.
just came out of nowhere. And look, these people that are trying to find a vaccine and everything, they gotta hurry the fuck up because, like, it's getting a bit too much now, and like we're salivating for events. Like I watched the UFC and I really enjoyed it, but like I want my boxing back. Like I want that. I want, I just want it to be back to normal. But I think what this can teach people is wash your damn hands and stay hygienic because,
Yeah.
in the first place you should be already.
The Watcher. I want to do a shameless plug. Black Fight Fan TV had the lieutenant Air Force general on his channel. I don't know if you guys was familiar with that, but he explained the whole situation with the coronavirus because he was stationed over there, like a U.S. general in the American Air Force was over there 2 years ago. He just recently retired, but he spoke on the whole situation about how it affected America, and about the what they call it, the 5G situation. And did you see that? Because that was very powerful. That interview he did with the general.
No, I didn't. I never saw that. I don't really watch that channel, but it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, Brigade, General Brigade. That was his name. Like if you ever look up Black Fight Fan TV, but it explained the whole situation and how Americans feel about the pandemic and what had transpired to bring it here. So that's why when I say Deontay Wilder was hurt, and not just that, because I watch ESPN too, but I saw that and it just made me think like how it affected over here. So I'm giving a shameless plug for Black Fight Fan TV right now. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Black fan. I only discovered that recently. And is that 78? Is that his family? 78? Because 78 is always there, or are they just friends? I just recently discovered that channel.
oh well, no, it's a long history behind that. The LDBC was formed because I think 78 channel got shut down once. And what happened was that's when the LDBC formed, as far as like bringing everything that we possibly could think about how we support American boxing came about. You know, it was more or less like 78 channel got shut down, and everybody started supporting Black Fight Fan because he's like right there where all of the boxers are in Texas, and it's like and he's very informative. You know, like we know they know all of the boxers. They go to the events. They deal with the WBC president. You know, it's a lot involved when it comes to trail boxing talk.
Yeah, I believe he's thingy as well, and he's Lomachenko fight as well. Like that
Yeah.
I was so surprised when I heard that.
Yeah, he's adamant. Yeah, he's adamant. See, that's the thing. Like people think that we all agree. We don't all agree on everything. You know,
that's what I tell people. I tell people all the time. Like when I came into YouTube first, I used to be on like different channels, and I wasn't on LDBC channels because I didn't know. And people used to talk about LDBC, like, oh, they'd be like, oh, they're black and they're racist, this, that. Like, I'm like, how are they? Like, so I went on and find out myself, and then like I realized like people are just chatting shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like the LDBC is a fair channel. There's a lot of different color in there. It's not just black. I've seen white people, like, you know, people like Tony Boswell in there. You know what I mean? Like you got a lot of people that look like Mexican, like, you know, someone like what's his name? I forgot the name now, but I seen a couple of names like, you know, like it's far from the truth from what they said about LDBC. LDBC, you know, are good for the sport. They fight for what's right. And, you know, and a lot of people want to copy the LDBC name. Like, you know, like there's like people, there's, you know, there's people like NBBC, UGC. Like there's so many names out there, like, you know what I mean? But you can't beat the LDBC because they, you know what I mean? They done a great job, man. They done a great job. And, you know, I know it's not for everyone, but I like the LDBC. I enjoy it. I enjoy a lot of channels, man. I give chance to a lot of channels. I try to like bring everyone together instead of like, you know, people just, you know, hating on each other and stuff like that. But it's hard work, man.
No question. And like I said, I'm just trying to bridge the gap because I respect a lot of people from the UK. Like people don't believe that, but I do, you know.
It's just when I hear a lot of stuff like, oh, bad stuff like, you know, like AJ is gay and this stuff. But I don't care. Like you guys can say
PP boxing. Like to be fair, you know where that stemmed from, right? From the 2 year Eddie Hearn talking all that crap, and then people start calling them like real bad names. We used to call them apple juice, but then it turned into something worse. Like that's just it was bad, bro. We wanted to see that.
I don't get angry because at the end of the day, I mean, AJ is like at the same time. AJ is not my brother. He's just a fighter that, you know, I support because obviously I'm in England. Like if I was in America, like Wilder would be my number one, like my favorite fighter. If you see what I'm saying. Even though I like Wilder over Dillian White. You see what I'm getting at? So, yeah. But like when I hear like, you know, like for example, sometimes I hear BFTB say like, oh, AJ is gay, like he's with Keith Thurman lookalike.
Oh, he's bad when he goes off. Like he goes in on Joshua.
I never used to understand BFTB, but now I get where he's coming from. Like you have to go to his channel to understand where he's coming from. Like I don't think BFTB is hating. It's just he's frustrated, like you said, Ronald. Like, you know, the 2 years, like going back and forward, like with Wilder, you know, the contract situation and all that sort of stuff. So I get why people are frustrated about, you know, overseas, but at the same time, like, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like, it makes me think, like, is he even gay? Like, is he gay now? Like, you know what I mean? Because I don't see him with girls, like. So I'm thinking, no comment on
that one. AJ is AJ, yo. AJ is AJ. It's weird because, like you said, like we never see it with girls, but at the same token, he says things that makes you like question his legendary status. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Nah, man. Look, AJ, I love AJ. You know, like I'm a big Wilder fan. I come across as a fanboy, but I don't really because I always bring the facts. But I love AJ. You know, he's great outside the ring. But dude, just watch what you say, because when you ask for 50 million and it's given to you, you should like stick to your word. You can't just go around and say, "Oh, I won't sell my soul for 50 million." Nah, bro. You mean what you say. When Wilder talks, he means what he says. You know, you got to keep the same energy.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to be a fanboy. Like, you know, like before AJ lost, like I used to be a real fanboy. I used to be like, oh, AJ is like, he's the best. Like, no one can beat him. Like, you know, he's knocking people out. This, that. Like, he'll kill Wilder. This, that. And then like I looked into it, and then once he lost, like I realized, like, you know, like I woke up, like, you know what I mean, like that's when you wake up, and then you start realizing it, like, you know, the guy, he's beatable. He's not all that. You see what I'm saying? So every fighter is beatable. Like, you know, this is a fight game, man. Like we've seen it like in the past, but for some reason we don't learn from it as fans. Like we never learn. Like, you know what I mean? The greats have lost. Muhammad Ali, like, you know, Holyfield, Tyson. You see what I'm saying? Lennox Lewis, like, so, you know, losing is not a bad thing. Like, you know, it's part of the fight. As long as you're fighting, as long as you're taking the right fight, as long as you got the heart, that's what all matters. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, like, I'm not a fanboy no more. Like, you know what I mean? If AJ lost again, you know, so be it. He lost again. That's the way it is. It's, you know, it's a fight game. You know what I mean? You know, you lose and you win sometimes. You see what I'm saying?
My bad. I'm mixing the tequila. I never drink hard liquor, but I'm drinking a tequila right now. You guys have been fun, man. So,
Tequila, yeah, tequila. I haven't drunk alcohol for a long time, man.
yeah, I haven't drunk that in like 10 years. Like, I'm gonna drink it tonight.
Oh, what, tonight is your first time you're drinking? Yeah, you haven't drunk for 10 years.
I haven't drunk like hard liquor. I only drink beer, but like I'm drinking tequila tonight because I've been talking to you guys, man. It's kind of cool, like, to talk to you guys, you know.
Oh, by the way, Ronald Finkley, the other day I tried to like talk on 78's channel, because I normally don't have the chance to talk because I sleep because of the time zone and all that. I tried to like send him a super chat and I couldn't do it because I don't know if I'm blocked or something. So I don't know if you want to look into it.
Oh yeah, I got you. I'll look into it.
That was crazy. Like I was trying to, like, you know, say hello, but I've never really been on that channel, so I don't know how I got blocked. It's weird, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I got you. I'll check. Right, I'll trust me. I'll talk to him. You'll be all right. I'll talk to him.
But yeah, man, this bridge, we have to build it. Like, you know, like there's a lot of great channels out there. I go to a lot of channels. Like, it doesn't matter what they want to call themselves, as long as, you know, they're respectful. But the thing is, like, I try to like not get involved anymore when people slate like fighters, because these fighters, like, they fight for us. Like, you know, like whether it's Wilder, Fury, you know, AJ, like, it doesn't matter. Like, they fight for us. Like, so instead of like, you know, putting them down and slaying them down, and, you know, like, we need to build them up. Like, you know, that's what we're here, like, on YouTube. Like, but a lot of channels, you know, they make memes about Wilder's loss, and I remember when AJ lost, the memes was bad. Like, you know, it's never ending. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people have to take sides and this, that. Remember, these are fighters. They won't stay here for that long. They are gonna go. Like, you know what I mean? In about 5 years' time, Wilder's probably gonna retire. AJ is probably gonna retire as well in 5-6 years' time. You know, these fighters ain't gonna be here for that long. We're still gonna like the sport. We're still gonna support the sport. So
appreciate them while they here and while they in their prime. Like, that's the thing. Like you said, I don't really have nothing against AJ until like recently, like a year ago or 2 years ago, I'm gonna say, because we wasn't getting the fight. So that's where all the animosity, I feel like, came from. You know, it was fun though. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. But now it's just at the point where it's kind of like monotonous. You know, it's like, come on, man. Like, let's just see the fight so we can like bet on it or buy it and enjoy it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I just appreciate, like, I'm grateful that I get to witness Wilder's fights. I'm grateful I get to see that. I'm grateful I get to see a lot of, you know, the other heavyweights fight as well, a lot of other boxers. Just enjoy it while it's here, because, you know, when it goes, and it will, we might get, you know, maybe another Klitschko era. Because, you know, between that, like, 2005 to 2014, 15, we didn't really get a lot of heavyweight action. If you just take it in now and appreciate it, you know, you got to enjoy it, you know, rather than lie about the resume and this and that and the ducking. Enjoy the fights, you know. Exactly. But it's reasonable to obviously argue that, because there are blatant ducks out there.
Yeah, because we are the fans. Like, we are the fans, and like, we should get what we want. Like, you know, period. You know, on both sides.
The thing is, so when fans fight, you know, the promoters, they know about it. They watch YouTube. Like, you know, Eddie Hearn, he watches YouTube. You know, BBC, they watch YouTube. You know what I mean? They know what's going around. So when we fight against each other, they know what's going on. So they know that they can delay us. You know what I mean? So the more we fight, the more the fight is gonna get built. So they're gonna think like, oh, why make the fight now? If we can, make the fight in the next year or two, like let them fight, let them argue. They're gonna buy the fight anyway. So sometimes you have to look at in that perspective as well. You see what I'm saying? That's
Yep.
why we just say like, oh, listen, we want to see the fight. This is that. We don't care who's better. Let's just watch the fight. But unfortunately, we don't get the fights because they know that we're suckers. You see what I mean? Like
Make
we're
me
just
not want to
suckers, man.
buy the fight, you know? That's what it make me want to do. Like Clarissa Shields, she went to Dazen. And she I don't know if you guys remember, but she went to Dazen and she fought Hannah Gabriel, I think. And that fight did more numbers better than AJ on that zone to me, you know.
Oh, the zone, yeah. She done a lot. Yeah, she done big numbers for the zone. Yeah, she
I think she did like 400,000 on the zone. Like her first fight over there. I think it was a 1-fight contract though. I mean, that might not be a lot in the UK, but it might. I don't know if it was here numbers or their numbers, but I just know she did like 400,000 on Dead Zone because I had the
and
subscription back then. I had that subscription.
she was. I mean, the zone is cheap, isn't it? Like, what is it? Like about $100 what a year? So
Well, it was 99. It was $9.99 back then. Like, but I think it's up now. Like they went up on that. It's like $54 now.
I heard a lot of obviously not you, but like a lot of the LDBC brothers. They were like not like about a year ago. They were like, oh, fuck the zone. We're like, we shouldn't buy it. This is that. But why not? Why not buy it? Just buy it because it's only £99. You see what I'm saying? It's
Well,
not
no,
like you're paying like
it went up. I don't know how much it is. It's like $54 over here now.
what each fight.
Well, no, well, no, I think they went up monthly. I think it's like $39.99 a month or something like right now. It's up there.
I heard that it's still about $120 only if you get it in one go.
Yeah,
but if you're willing to pay monthly, it's expensive. Yeah.
Of course, Shields didn't do better dollars. I don't know what you've meant to write there, IBT. Women's boxing is not as big. Of course, she didn't do as much. She's still probably the biggest freaking women's boxing star that I've seen, apart from a couple others.
AJ just left Showtime. She did better numbers than AJ IBT. I mean, we can have a debate about that. Meet me somewhere. I'll find the numbers. But I'm pretty sure
I asked him to come on, and he's busy or something. Yeah. Don't worry, I won't bite. You know,
Yeah.
I'll bite on other channels like Bruce Wayne and all that. I'll bite on them.
Oh, he talking about the Dead Zone numbers. I thought he was. Oh, Shields was cool, but she did better than AJ, bro.
Yeah. Well,
IBT, all right, IBT. Whatever, man.
AG was a champ. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know the numbers for that. I don't really care about the zone. What they do. They don't do great numbers.
They got a lot of good prospects. Like
they do.
They do have a lot of good prospects over there. And I think Tevin Farmer kind of held them down pretty good. He was fighting a lot over there. Like, and I appreciate Tevin Farmer. Like him and Tank should have been for it. They should have been for it. Like him and Tank. But like Tank still trying to struggle to get into 130. But he was really a 135-pounder back then when him and Tevin Farmer was like beefing with each other. Because he was like really, every time I watched him weigh in, Tevin Farmer looked like he was like dehydrated, like trying to make 130, you know, real bad.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna wrap it up soon. I'm gonna finish the stream soon, but is there anything you guys want to finish off with?
Yeah, I mean, it was nice talking to you, Ronald Finkley, and you as well, Watcher. I mean, yeah, we need to see, the best fight the best. Forget about this TV thing, like whether you like the BBC or the Zone or ESPN or Sky Sports, BT Sport. It doesn't matter, man. Like, as long as we get to see the fights, like, you know what I mean? Like, we shouldn't just be loyal to one company. We should be able to watch all the companies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And don't limit yourself from like saying like, oh, why am I going to support the Zone? Why am I going to support BBC? Because that's what's going on at the moment. Like, a lot of the people, like, they say like, oh, you know what, I ain't gonna support that channel because you know what, like they don't like my fighter. See what I'm saying? So people just need to like forget about that and just watch wherever you want to watch. Don't limit yourself. Enjoy. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say. And I'm out.
Thanks,
Peace.
bud. Good talk.
Peace, Watcher. I appreciate you going live, and I saw the title, and I thought about you, and I said, well, I'm gonna go over there because I appreciate talking to UK people who give us an honest opinion about like how they feel about how the state of boxing. And like he said, like I can't sum it up no better than what he already summed it up as. We just want to make sure that these promoters like actually respect the boxing fans, and they need to like merge. I feel like they just need to merge and come to a negotiation.
Yeah,
And that's
I agree,
it.
man.
And that's it, man. And like you said, I'll buy a fight on different channels if it's the fights that we want to see.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Good talk. That's good, man.
All right,
Appreciate
peace.
it. Peace, mate.
Shout out to the UK
Shout out,
and
man.
Australia. No, my bad, Watcher, and Australia. My bad.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to correct you. It's fine.
All right, bro. All right,
All
one.
right, I'll just wrap it up here. Any more comments? Yeah, IBT, you come on next time, right? And yeah, and I might have more on as well. We might have, like today, multiple people. This is the most I've had on, all three of us speaking. All right, no, finish up, guys. Have a good day. Peace.